We're here on a lovely sunny day in Kelso at the BMF Bike Fest, and with me I have the wonderful Don Powell.
How are you, Diane? It's nice to see you. You okay?
It's lovely. Now, I met you for the first time here last year, so it's been a long year.
It has, hasn't it? I mean, the thing is like it seems like a long time, but when you're back again, it only seems like last week. It's strange, isn't it? But it's wonderful, though.
So what brings you back to the Borders?
Well, I sort of help raise money for the NAS, the National Autistic Society, and we got a perfect sort of catchment area within this sort of festival. They've been kind enough to let us have a little stall in one of the big arenas, and we got sort of CDs, films, photographs. Hopefully, the people will make a donation to the NAS.
And the main reason has been as much about raising awareness of autism than it has raising funds for it. And I think we've certainly managed to do that this weekend.
I think it's just wonderful. I think people, I mean myself included, before I actually got involved with all this, is that people really don't know. That they've heard of it, but people really don't know the true thing behind it. And it's nice, like you said, to raise people's awareness.
Yeah. And while you've been here, you've been put to work quite a lot of the time too. You've been jamming with some of the bands on at night. We've had some great bands.
It's been fantastic the last few nights. I've been sort of jamming with about 3 or 4 bands a night, sort of like just going through whatever song, just picking songs out the hat sort of thing. And I've had a great time, and I'm sure everybody else has. Well, I hope they have anyway. But it's been wonderful, and it's just a great atmosphere all round.
And you did a special detour of this and had a visit up to Hoyk on Friday night and played with Still Whiskey. Now, that was very well received. Did you enjoy that?
That was wonderful as well, sort of to play in Cooper's Bar. But the thing is, the reason I was in Hoyk, Diane, is that, was it 50 years ago, we actually played Hoyk Town Hall. And it's still the same. I mean, I recognised straight away, okay, it's had a lick of paint, which is understandable. And we actually stayed in a guest house. Now, in those days, you must remember, we had no money really. I mean, we stayed in a guest house, and it was just around the corner from the town hall. And we played, all of us in one room, and it was £1 a night each. That was including breakfast.
That was bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast, £1 a night. I mean, sort of. It's the kind of thing. Yeah, I wish we had a receipt for it, just to prove. I don't think there was VAT then either.
Oh, that was great. So any chance, a possibility, maybe the whole band coming back and making a celebrationary gig there?
Well, it was actually discussed when I was doing my sort of rounds of the town hall last Friday, like you said. And we were talking to a lot of the officials there, and it's actually on the cards that we can come back and do a 50th anniversary concert at the town hall.
At the Toon Hall. We'll have to get you speaking Borders.
Oh, the Toon Hall.
The Toon Hall in Hoyk, Don.
Okay.
That would be fantastic.
Wouldn't
It would. Because I know a lot of folk were really happy to see you up there on Friday, and it went so well.
It would be nice if you do the concert, that we can get people. Because if I remember right, I don't think there was many people in the actual night we played there 50 years ago. But it would be nice if you could get some of the people that were actually there to come along and make themselves known. If we could have some kind of photograph session or something.
Oh, that would be. I think actually, having spoke to a few folk after your gig there on Friday, there were a few turned up on Friday as well.
Really?
So,
okay,
yes.
They didn't make themselves known. But that would be wonderful, really. They're probably. I mean, it's strange. Like SLADE have been lucky enough to travel the world like we have, and you meet people who used to follow us way back when, and now they're grandparents. And they bring the grandchildren along. It's great.
That's right. Well, I had the privilege of coming up to Edinburgh and see you playing at the Rewind to the 70s gig just before Christmas, which was great fun. Yes. I don't think it was just before Christmas, but you sang the Christmas song.
No, we always do that. The thing is, a lot of the time, it's in our contract. Doesn't matter what time of year, we have to finish with that song. We've done it in 100 degrees in Australia, open air concerts, and there we are singing Merry Christmas. Or the crowd are singing Merry Christmas, you know. It's quite bizarre, actually.
And does it bother you that you're stuck to that song?
No, I'm proud of it. Really, it's like anything. I mean, I still remember the actual day we recorded it. It was in 1973 in the summertime, and we were on a world tour at the time, and we just finishing off this tour of America in New York, and we had a week off before we went on to Australia and Japan. So we had this song, and so we got the studios booked, and we went in. It was 100 degrees heat, and there we were singing about Christmas. And we had a few strange looks from the American engineers, as you can imagine.
Well, it's certainly a song to be proud of, and it's lasted the time that it has. It's absolutely brilliant. And now I've got a couple of drummer questions for you, things that I've noticed. Okay. Now, when you're playing, I see you wear a gum shield on. What's the reason for that?
Well, what it is, I mean, without sort of knowing myself, quite a few years ago, when I was playing drums, I was doing that, banging my teeth together in time with what I was playing. But the thing was, I was breaking my teeth. I was doing it a bit too hard. And I was breaking my teeth or sort of fetching the fillings out.
Because you hit the drums quite hard, so I'm
just doing it with it without thinking, without realising, and that's what it was. And then it came to a point about a year or maybe 2 years ago that my dentist said, I can't keep rebuilding your teeth, you know. And he said, how would you feel about if I made you a gum shield, like a boxer's gum shield? I said, that's a fantastic idea. And that's what he did. He made it. I wanted him to black one out, but he flat refused, you know. So hence, that is the reason why the gum shield. I mean, it's strange it is. I'm going to play drums. I wear a gum shield. I'm wearing gloves. You know, it's like I'm getting into the ring, doesn't it? But it's a simple reason. It's a simple sort of explanation.
Yes. And the other thing I noticed on the drumsticks, that you have black tape round about them. Now, what's that for?
Well, the reason being, sometimes when I used to when you're playing, I mean, every drummer will understand this, is when you're playing drum, you're in your own little world. So I'm just going away playing. And before I used to tape the sticks, when they broke, sometimes they used to come and hit me in the face and stick, you know, I've had bits of drumsticks swinging from my cheek, you know. So the tape really is to help sort of hold them together. It's as simple as that. It's sort of when the stick breaks, at least it doesn't fly off in pieces now. But it's just a simple explanation.
You're making a drummer's life sound quite risky.
It's sort of like I'm part of the SAS or something. It's like it's like people say people are talking to me backstage. I've got my gum shield, you know, I've got my gloves on, and it's sort of are you going to play drums? Or are you going to beat somebody?
Are you one of the bouncers? But you have a slightly calmer side to you now. You've brought out a book. So you're a man of many talents.
My biography. Actually, I must commend Lisa Ling Falkenberg, who actually wrote the book. I mean, it took her nearly 6 years to do, because she interviewed quite a lot of people. There's Gene Simmons being interviewed for the book, there's Francis Rossi from Status Quo, there's quite a few people, and my family as well, and different friends. And what's been a big help, Diane, is that I've kept diaries for many years. So I just handed all the diaries over to Lisa. I said,
did you hand them all over, Don?
All of them, and I did actually say to her, you know, it's got to be no warts and all. I've read too many biographies myself, and I know the people who are concerned, and I know very well what they've left out. You know, so I said I want to leave nothing out. It's all in there.
So is there any legal action pending?
Well, we had to have it sort of vetted beforehand, yeah, just to make sure I couldn't get sued or sent to jail or beaten up or something like that, you know. But it's all in there, and I'm very proud of it, and I must commend Lisa, as I said, for her job on this.
Well, and thank you for my copy. That's
You're
very
welcome,
special,
Diane.
And it's been an absolute pleasure having your company for the whole of the weekend.
Well, thank you. Well,
and seeing you back in the borders.
We're on a blanket.
We're on a tartan blanket and backdrop, beautiful Kelso.
Beautiful sort of backdrop that anybody could wish for.
Absolutely, and we've had a great time.
We
so,
have, haven't we?
Fingers crossed and everything that you come back to Hawick.
Oh, I will
next year.
Well, that'll be fantastic. We do the concert. I'm sure if we can sort of sort the schedule out, we'll be there.
Excellent, excellent. I look forward to that.
Wonderful.
And thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak to me
you're more than
today.
welcome, Diane. Thank you.